Dragons is a very small organisation. There's a handful of paid employees and some volunteers, and unfortunately it's a very busy time of the year for them. So they can't be with us tonight. They came to our last concert. But they've sent a letter and they've asked me to read it out. Hello everyone. We know that you'll be currently having a wonderful time listening to the amazing performance of Big Noise. We're very sorry not to be able to make it ourselves, but we're busy playing Santa and packing and sending hampers out to all the families that we've supported after a suicide loss this year. There are approximately 87 on our books, and that equates to support for some 307 individuals at any one time. We support from 48 hours after an incident for as long as it's needed, which in some cases can be years rather than weeks or months. Our support is completely bespoke to suit the needs of each individual and includes talking therapies, holistic therapies, wellbeing workshops, holidays, hampers, financial distress grants and family fun days. We're the only service of this nature in Devon and only one of 10 in the country. There is no statutory funding available, so we are reliant on wonderful people like Big Noise Choir to help us raising funds. We're always touched and honoured to be chosen as a charity for concerts such as the one you're attending tonight. And so on behalf of all our beneficiaries and the whole Pete's Dragons team, we thank you and wish you a very Merry Christmas. That's from Alison Jordan, the COE. And I'd just like to add that they also do a lot of work, as Colin said, to prevent suicide. They run courses for both healthcare professionals and carers on how to start talking to someone who's suicidal to help prevent suicide in the first place.
I first got to know Judy because she asked the choir to come and sing at the funeral of her partner Mike. And I lost my husband 10 years ago to suicide. And I was sitting in the church listening to the service, feeling very much, well, it brought back a lot of memories because it felt like there was an elephant in the room. And that was that no one was talking about what had happened. Quite often, when you hear that someone's passed away, you hear why, and we kind of weren't. So I sort of approached Judy and found out, the circumstances, and we've sort of become friends, and we support each other quite a lot. And the message we wanted to say really is that mental ill health can happen to anyone. I think it's a lot more high profile now, and we're talking together and thinking, it can happen to anyone. We probably all know someone who is suffering at some time with mental ill health. It happens to incredibly gifted people. It happens to anyone in any walk of life. And it's really important that we start to talk about it. We start to ask people how they're feeling and not be scared. So there's one thing that we sort of wanted to get across from this is that A, there is help out there. There's not a lot, but we're so lucky that Pete's Dragon is here, and we feel so privileged to be able to support them. When my husband died, there was nothing at all, and luckily Judy's been able to work with Pete's Dragon, and I know other people have worked with them as well. So, don't make it that elephant in the room. Please talk about it. Ask each other, how are you feeling? And listen to them when they say fine, do they really mean fine? And what could we do to help? What could we say? So I don't want this to be a sad thing. I want us to enjoy the celebration because it's a special celebration. But this song is very special to a lot of people here. It has a lot of memories.
So we're going to sing Wonderful World, which, although, as Liz says, it brings back sad memories for us, it celebrates the sum of small, simple joys which together contribute to the happiness we all need.
May I also add that this song was a song that Mike particularly loved, and apparently he would sit there singing it in choir even when we were singing something totally different. This next song is it's become a real favourite of the choir, and if you know this one, please do feel free to sing along in the chorus. It's "You Raise Me Up" with a solo by Darren. We're going to take a short break now, so we've got about 15-20 minutes. There's some toilets out there to the left, there's also some down the stairs there, and there'll be refreshments out there available as well. I'll come back and give you a 2-minute call when we're about to start again. Have a lovely little break.